my left, but you are mirroring what I'm doing. So I used to teach this way because I didn't think I could coordinate everything and we had mirrors, and we don't have that. So 2 reasons. One, I can see you, so I may come up to you and just know this is never going to be criticism. This is about you guys getting the most out of all the form cues that I give you. So the first section, we're just going to be going very slow, and we're going to build from here, is we're going to do just something where we're going to sweep up, and we're going to do a couple of moves like this. In Faith, I had you in mind when I picked the music for this, because you can only guess the first song what it's going to be. So when I'm doing these type of motions, you are going in the beginning, because again, like people that said they're not morning people, keep things small because we've got some time to go deeper into the motions. So more range equals more demand, so just start easy. So when I'm going to say, okay, so left arm over, again, you're going to kind of see, you're thinking of yourself within like 2 planes of glass most of the time. So if you start to feel, oh, I can only go here, and you start to feel cues, like, oh, my hip is coming forward. That's why, again, throughout this class, I'll keep giving you the cues that if, like, I can go farther this way, you're trying to stay within this plane. And again, some shoulders, if you're tight in your back, anything like that, you may find that you're going to do those substitutions. So go easy to start, okay? So the only thing other than, I would say, in the first section that you guys need to know is something that's called a plyo cross. So instead of doing the circling up, we're actually doing a motion where you're almost creating like an X. So with your legs, anytime we're doing lunges or squats today, you're always going to sit back. Okay, so if you start to do a plyo cross, which is actually you're sweeping up, open your chest, and then you're going to touch your knees together and then come back up again. For those of you who took my class before, we are not doing the stepping for first class. We are doing stay put, get your core and suck your belly in, and you're going to be doing the reverse. So you're rounding your back, let your chin fall to your chest, and then open up. And again, so if you're feeling pain, tightness, keep it comfortable, right? Keep it comfy. So I would say in the first section, that's all you really need to know. For chairs, in the beginning, the next section is called heat building. So in the beginning, people having wrist issues, your shoulders are tight. This is a sequence, if you've done yoga before, when we do sun salutations. So I'm actually gonna, when we get to that section, I'm gonna say put your chairs in the front, because you can always add the salt, right? So you can always take the chair away, but we're starting with the chair. So when we're gonna do sun salutations, typically you're going inhale up, you exhale down. So your chest is up, you'll feel a pull in the back of your legs, hamstrings. So I'm actually going to have everybody get to this point, and then we would do half lift. So instead of going to plank, eventually when I say down dog, we're going to start on the chairs first. It is an effort for me, so you can get to know your body, because it is a lot of pressure on your hands when you do a true down dog. If you've done yoga before, say you can always go to the floor right away, but no, this is a long segment and I'm not rushing today. So we're gonna keep doing a lot of the moves a couple of times. So don't think the first time you do it this way, oh, I think I can do more. You can always build, and this is really about what are you feeling? Okay, so you guys might have taken a little preview into your notebooks, is there's gonna be session 1 takeaways. So before you leave, when it's fresh in your mind, you're writing down, oh, I noticed that I was doing X, Y, and Z, or I couldn't stay focused, or I felt pain here, or I couldn't do this. So when I talk to you individually, like, I'm having a problem with this, Marcy, what can I do? Because I can supplement with exercises that may help you from more of a, not pathology, but just a way for your form to be better because of some restriction or imbalance. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have 5 more minutes and then we get moving and grooving. So when we're going to we call it a plyo push-up, because again, it is the time where, my philosophy is not about what you look like, it's about how your body works for you. But looking good, feeling good, let's face it, that's nice too, right? So when you're doing a push-up, if the chair is again gonna function for you, and a plyo push-up is going to be great. Okay, just so you guys in the back. And just FYI, hopefully you guys are going to feel, wow, a headset and a platform, is changing up your positions from week to week. So Michelle and Faith were very brave to be in the front, but I do want everybody to kind of get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Your best growth comes from being out of the space that you're just like, I can sit back, I can do, but you guys are all rock stars, and I just want everybody to be in that space. So James, have we been recording this time too? Okay, so I was going to show you a push-up, and this is all optional, is pilot push-ups typically are going to be more for the tricep. A regular push-up, you're getting more pectoral. And now, again, this is just going to protect your shoulders a little bit to start. So I don't know if does anybody do regular push-ups in this class? Yeah, so Jackie, yeah, and Wendy, you were kind of like, yeah. So if you do them and you know your form, again, just kind of try new things. So it just may carry over to what you're doing already. Okay, so when your elbows are in, again, this is going to be if your feet are closer and my elbows staying at my side and I'm keeping this shallow, this is still going to do something for me. You know, don't think the hardest position is the only way I'm going to get better. We're going to take that belief right out of the picture and just come in with a fresh start, and this is just going to help you with everything you're doing. So if I bring my feet closer, this is a little bit easier for me, but I can still see my arms work. You can see my arms work, and I can feel it. And the more I go back, my belly is tight, and I'm dropping at the elbows. Again, keeping it shallow, and we're going to keep the pace super slow. Okay? So that's heat building. And then we're going to kind of skip through one of the sections for full body fusion because we're going to do that next week. And the next one's going to be lower body. A lot of lunges, because the lunges are not squats you do both legs. If I'm stronger on one side, my other side isn't really doing the work. So lunges, we're going to vary the speed, and we're going to do, so a lunge, you're going to step back. A bigger step, a more narrow step is the hardest. So I drop both my knees, my chest is up. So I don't want you pitched forward here. This is just going to hurt your back. So we're going to step back. So the technique is going to be step back, down, up, together. And then depending on how everybody feels, we can always speed that up. If you feel yourself doing this, you feel strain in your back, take a more narrow step. It's just your hips have to be forward. The biggest key with lunges is you never want your knee over your toe. Okay? If you have a balance issue, that's where the chairs can also support you, right? So if I was going to do a lunge and I'm like, I want to strengthen my legs, but I don't want to fall over, you could hold this to your side, and now you're focused more on the movement rather than trying to stay on your feet, okay? If I widen my base of support, this is also another strategy. You just want to try to make sure sometimes when this happens, you shift your weight more to one side. So you're going to feel, if you can, evenly distributed between right and left. And you're going to find when we do this, you're going to, oh, I feel tight in my hip. Oh, this side's a lot harder. You know, that type of thing, okay? Then power section is our cardio. We're going to pretty much walk, and then we're going to do movements to the right. My girls that did this before. Side lunge, again, be careful, hips are back. We may or may not get to that part. We just may do more lunges, okay? Okay, core and more, I think everybody's going to do well with. We're going to be on the mats for that, so I probably would use a transition song, move the chairs out of the way, and then we're good to go. All right, any questions? That was kind of a start to finish, give you guys some ideas. The most important point for cueing, I'm going to be watching. Oh, the flow section, sorry, that's one part that we were talking about. We're going to do 4 moves for flow. So we're going to do one whole song with, if anybody's familiar with yoga positions, is that we're going to start by doing just basic movements, okay? So we're actually going to start with, actually, that's the one thing that I actually need to cue myself with. Oh, pyramid. So these are going to be mainly stretches. So yoga, so Shirley, I know you've done yoga. You guys have done Pyo. Does anybody else do yoga? So if I say pyramid, do you guys kind of know what that is? So I'm going to go through, we have plenty of time. We've got 2 songs to go through this routine, and I'll give you the cues for that. Okay, so this is going to be pyramid. This is going to be reverse warrior. Then we're going to go warrior 2. So you guys are going to love this because it's legs, arms, balance, endurance, flexibility. And then we go into right angle. So again, people that use blocks, but when I give you those cues, we have plenty of time for you to master that. And I'll either walk around or be watching and making cueing for that. So I'm not worried about that. Then we'll go to the floor. We're going to do some sit-ups. We're going to do some push-ups. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, so why don't you guys stand up. Move your water bottles to the side. I'm going to start the music. And I would say for the first section, you guys would just stand on your mats. Do you feel like you have enough room? And Jackie, if you want to move right to the middle and move that chair out of the way, you can. Don't feel like, eye on the tiger, baby.
Well, I'm just afraid I can't see you to know what to do.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm going to really, truly speak up when we're doing this because it's just super important. Okay, so I'm going to pull up our music. And so is this volume pretty good? Once I start the music and it's playing as well, I want you guys to tell me the truth. Oops. I had this all ready to go. Io. Okay, I may have to, oh, whoops, sorry, go ahead. I'm talking to myself. Search my library. You know that moment where you're like, this is great, and then it goes, oh no. It goes down quickly. But again, I am a huge mindset person, so it's like when those things creep in, right? We've all been there, and you're like, oh, I was doing well. It's like 99 things have gone right, and then the one thing that doesn't, you're like, it was total failure. Like totally screwed that up. Okay.
The lights are on. We're good to go.
Sorry, I was like, oh, is the light bothering you? This was Faith's favorite song when we did this. Okay. And then, so with the music right now, is this loud enough, or do you need me to turn it up? Is it okay? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. That is the idea. How's that? Is that okay? Because it should be the background, and you hearing me is more important.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you don't need to apologize. Honestly, if you guys don't speak up, that's gonna make me mad, and I don't get mad. All right, so we'll start in our sneakers. So we're gonna stand up nice and straight first, okay? So get your form checked first. So we're gonna kind of have your feet hip width apart, chest is up. So take inventory what you feel. Nose is over your body. You're feeling very grounded, upright, preparing your mind for a nice workout. So we're gonna inhale up. And let's scoop it. So scoop up. Good. Again. And inhale up. So the beat of the music kind of directs us. Circle it up again. Good. Inhale up. Good. Open the lungs. Open the chest. Perfect. And hold this one up, okay? So again, I want you to take a nice deep breath in. You're allowing all this good energy to come in. Feel a little stretch through your chest. Good. So now we're going to just lean to your right. Okay, so you're gonna lean over. I know I told you I was going to be mirroring. So now again, what I told you, 2 panes of glass. You're feeling a nice stretch through that left side. Come back to the center. Now we're gonna circle the arms up. Inhale up. We're going to the opposite side. So you're gonna go to your right. So your left hand slides down your leg. Be mindful of keeping that chest open. Good. And come back up. Good. Roll the shoulders a few times. Loosen up through the upper back. It's the new shirt. Really? Okay, good. Now we're going to put those 2 moves together. Okay, so we're going to do 2 big circles. Circle the arms. And then now your left arm is going to come over. Hold. Perfect. Come back to the center. Now we're going to do 2 circles again. Pause for a minute. Ground yourself. Good. Circle it up. Circle again. Now you're going to lean to your left. Perfect. And come back to center. Now we're going to go into a squat. Okay, so now we're going to warm up the legs. So you're going to sit down, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Good. Be mindful of your knees, keep your hips back, and just stay, chest is up. If you had a headlamp, it should be right out in front. It shouldn't be down to the floor. Down 2 and up 2. Good. So we're just warming up the legs. Good. Try to have your feet parallel. Good. Now we're going to go into that plyo cross. So you're going to X the arms, widen the legs down. Hold it down here, and then straighten the legs, and then you're making almost like a U. Good. Really squeeze actively those shoulder blades. Good. So now we're going to cross again. So you go from here to opposite knees. So round down. Hold it on the low end. Drop the chin to the chest, round the back. Relax any tension that you have in your shoulders. Good. And now circle the arms up, and you're going to come back, and you're going to hold that open position again. So see how this feels different with the arms bent than when it was straight. Good. So now we're going to do it again. So Pyo cross, opposite knees. So you're scooping down, right hand touches the left knee. Again, round the back. And now open that up and come back to resting position. So our last move, we're going to inhale up and we're going to stretch the back of the legs. Okay, so again, reset, take a nice deep breath, suck that belly in, hold your core nice and tight. So we're going to inhale up. Good. We're going to swan dive down. So what that means is arms go to the side, chest is up, chest is up. Feel a stretch in the back of your legs. Perfect. And then you're going to drop all the way, either rest your hands on your knees, chins, or floor. Drop your chin to the chest and let gravity take over. Okay, so you're nice and wiggly. Nice. Take a nice deep breath here. Now let gravity do the work for you. You should feel that nice pull in the back of the legs. Hopefully no pain. Now bend the knees, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Last thing to come up is your head. Perfect. Do a couple shoulder rolls, relax. How you guys doing, okay? That looks good. You guys look good, 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 good. Any pain, any problems? So you should just feel a little warm. That's it. Okay, is that where we're all at? Okay. Anybody can do some hip shakes if you want to. Sherry, I'm counting on you. All right, so now you're going to put your chair on the end of your mat. So I would say if you want to face each other, you want to make besties right away, go nuts. This is, again, just a tool for you. Is the volume okay with the microphone? Because I think I can turn it up if needed. Yeah, Jackie, how about you?
It's good.
You're good? Now remember, you guys can always do more here. This is an inventory, so think right now, what did I get out of my first section? What am I feeling? Oh, I love that you guys picked facing each other almost. And it's no criticism if you didn't, but I'm like, I thought of that anyway. Oh, I know. Look, no, that's the most important thing, Shirley. This, like I said, I say stupid things sometimes, but there's no judgment. I love it. Okay, so this is what we're doing for our inhale, exhale, whatever. So you're standing, you're facing your chair. Okay, so again, every section starts with your positioning. This is what you're thinking all day long, whether on your feet, on your feet all day, sitting down, lifting, whatever. Always think, reset. People that know me, posture, everything. So intention, don't let gravity, as we get older, again, we're women, we're tight to our chest, osteoporosis, whatever. Chest is up, be active, that's super important. Okay, so we're gonna do an inhale up, and we're gonna walk down to a down dog where we're using the chair. So inhale up, good. Exhale down, so hold this, we call it a half lift. So when you engage, you should feel pulling in the back of your legs, okay? So now you're gonna hold on to the side of your chair, whatever's comfortable. Step back to the level of where you feel that you can get your hips up. So get your hips up just a little bit, walk the feet in a touch. Good, so your weight is in your heels. You're feeling grounded through your feet, but you feel a little pressure in your hands, okay? So we're gonna do a crouching down dog. So you're gonna keep your feet on the ground. The heels may come up a little bit, but I'm gonna bend my knees down, 2, up, 2, down. So we call this dynamic stretching. Good, so actively when you go down, you should feel your legs are working, but it's not straining. Good, come down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Now hold that position. If you feel comfortable, again, walk your feet. I'm actually gonna have you hold this position for now. Really push the heels down. Look at your feet. Are they parallel to each other? Are they turned out? And then again, if you just shift your weight more into your heels, so my hips or my butt basically goes higher to the ceiling, I feel more of a pull in my legs. Okay? So now, if you can, if your arms are able to support your weight, find your sweet spot, shift your weight forward. My heels come up a little bit. I drop my hips, and now, shoulders and ears are not friends. They hate each other, so keep them away. No fights, okay? So now I'm pushing through my shoulders down. I feel the weight of my arm. My body weight is in my arms. Now we're gonna bend those elbows to a tricep dip. So down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. So if you feel comfortable, again, when your hips are back, you feel like you're doing work through the arms, but it shouldn't be killing you. Okay, so hold it on the high end again, shift back onto your heels. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna do another set of those. So again, where are your wrists feeling? You feeling okay? And if not, walk your feet in. We're gonna do one more set. So bend those elbows, down, 2, up, 2, good, down, 2, good. Try to keep those elbows in if you can, Sandra. Down, 2, up, perfect. Now hold that down dog again. So come back, shift your weight through your heels. Straighten those arms, Michelle. Nice, good, perfect. All right, you guys, so hold this. You're gonna step in, right, left, good. And then you're gonna come to a standing position, stay facing the chair. We're gonna warm the legs up because we're moving into the lunge section. So we're gonna go ahead and hold your weight. So you're gonna come into a lunge. If you need your chair, you can turn it around, yep. And we're gonna get ready to go into our lower body, but we're gonna warm the legs up first, okay? So what you're gonna do is if you find that spot where you have your legs, so Sandra, I would go ahead and turn your chair around. Because if you feel like your lunge position where you could have it at your side, but we're gonna stretch the hip flexors first. Because if you do a lunge, you could have the strongest leg in the world, but if your hip is tight, you're never gonna gain as much out of it, okay? So we're gonna start this, it's there if you need it. So chest is up, shoulders are over your hips. Now if I bend my knee slightly, try to go into this position, and you're gonna be very, I'm gonna just come forward. So Jackie, can you see me okay? Okay,
So
there you go.
your right leg is straight or bent?
Your right leg is gonna be bent. Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry.
So no, that's okay. So when you're in this position, and again, so Faith can either have this here, or if I give the chair to the side, her knee is over her toes, so shift back a little bit, Faith, and step that left leg back just a touch. Yep, good. Now bend that leg a touch, try to keep those hips. So see, when her hips came forward, it's almost she was wristing a little straight in here. So that looks good. Now come back up, Faith, and now go ahead, come down again. Good, and then back. So again, just be conscious, again, having this come forward. So what I mean about hip flexor, once you go down there, you should feel the pull. When you looks good. How does that feel, Shirley, okay? And again, so her leg is straight, she's doing a nice hip